Matt Aguilar here from comicbook.com, and today I have the pleasure of talking to the Beast Morphers cast for Power Morphicon. So let's get to introducing everybody because you are not here to see me. No one cares. No one cares about me. So we're kicking things off with the Red Ranger, Rorrie D Travis. How are you?
What's up, you guys? How you doing, Matthew?
We're going with the Blue Ranger, Jazz.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm not even cluing everybody in on why I said that, but I did. I did, dang it. We have the Yellow Ranger, Jacqueline Scislowski.
Hi.
And we have the Gold Ranger, Abraham Rodriguez.
Hello, everyone.
I thought that intro was splendid.
Amazing. You nailed
I concur.
Splendid, mate.
Oh God.
Splendid,
This has already gone off the rails. We haven't even started yet. But you know what? That's why I absolutely love this cast. The Power Rangers Beast Morphers cast rules. You're one of my favorite people to talk to, groups to talk to. So yeah, let's get started. So I know not everybody has, but I know a few of you have. I've seen on social media. Some of you guys are kind of getting out with the world kind of returning to pseudo normalcy, and you're getting to see some of the fans, getting to kind of stop at some shops, maybe do a few conventions here and there. So I know you really didn't get to do that, correct? Right after the season wrap, because we were kind of right. It was at least the beginning, if not right in the middle of everything, correct?
Yeah, man, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Right.
So with that, now that things like you're actually getting to do all the fun stuff after all the hard work, you get to kind of interact with the fans and really hear what they have to say. To the ones who have been able to kind of do that, what have you picked up so far? What has surprised you most about some of those interactions? Was it kind of all worth it, so to speak?
Oh yeah, I would say it's definitely worth it, right?
I would say, yeah, I would say especially seeing fans and meeting fans from different places it's different, man, and everyone is just super fans. Me and Rory do a lot of these conventions together, and Abraham just joined on, and we just have so much fun just meeting each and every single one of you guys.
I think it's super, super special, and I think we've all been so used to interacting with fans just on social media. So then getting to go in person and do these events is super special, and it's really, really different connecting with a fan in person and just getting to talk to them. I think it hits different. I remember my very first signing. I got so emotional when fans would tell me that, I don't know, the show changed their life and like my character impacted them in so many ways, and just hearing that in person and just, I don't know, it gives you a different sense of just how big this show is and how much it means to so many people. So yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so much fun. And I think it's the reason why, we do what we do is for everyone that watches. So to get that feedback in person is super, super special.
Most definitely.
Well,
Yeah,
and
for
Jackie,
sure.
have you had a chance to dive into that yet, or are we still?
I have not, but hopefully in the future I will be able to tag along to some of these as well. But definitely, I love seeing fans in person. I haven't gone to the signings just yet, but I have had a few like encounters in real life with some fans, and it's really special. It's really crazy. I also kind of sometimes forget that I'm like the Yellow Power Rangers. So when people come up to me, I'm like, oh, that's right. So it's really it's always going to be an amazing reminder whenever we see fans.
For sure. And now that we've kind of had some time away, you all have moved on to do other projects and things like that. And like you mentioned, it probably is very easy. It was a minute ago that like you guys actually wrapped filming. It's nuts in that way. So with that, looking back on your season, what is the thing you have grown to appreciate about it most?
I think for me, it's just being in New Zealand, man. And being in New Zealand, being with the cast all together every single day, and being with the crew, I miss that the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would say, like, go ahead, AB.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think the first thing that popped into my head was also New Zealand. I think that's, I don't know, just such a unique experience that comes, with being a part of this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I don't know, another little thing is like the action figure. Like I thought of that too, just because it's not something that you get with every job. And I never in a million years thought that I'd ever be an action figure. So the fact that we got to do that, especially so early on in our career, is super, super special, and I think is a big takeaway.
Yeah, same, dude. I was gonna say, literally, it's meeting you guys, like, you know, like, and having that connection. No, seriously, like, you know, me and Jazz, we get down with the best of them, and it's one of those things, like, you know, we're gonna be in each other's lives like forever, you know, and it's crazy that we all have a good energy about us to where we can, you know, not talk for months at a time, link back up, and it's still almost the same energy like we had in
It
New
is.
Zealand,
That's
having, you know, having the time,
crazy.
you know, bro, having the time of our lives. Yes.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's just such a once in a lifetime kind of experience. And it was such a pivotal time for me in my life because it was my first time being on a set without my mom. Because I'd grown up being on so many sets and my mom was always there, and I had just turned 18. So it was really like a huge step into adulthood, and, you know, being able to kind of have Zoe by my side in a way was really just, it always kind of like brought me back home, as she was very close to my heart. I mean, I loved playing that character. So just, I mean, everything about that whole journey was just so many things that I could say I learned, and just, you know, will always remember, and definitely taught me a lot. So just the whole experience is awesome.
Well, and you know, on the flip side, is there something looking back on it that you wish it had more of, or maybe it's just something that you would change, kind of looking back on it as a whole thing now with some time pass?
I would say for me is actually, I think when we were filming, especially me and Rorrie, we were just so busy with just filming and just not really taking time. I know the rest of the cast got to travel a lot, and me and him kind of hung back. So I wish I can reverse back time and take that time to actually enjoy being in New Zealand, going back to that and going to these places, you know, like Queenstown and Rotorua, or just going to hiking. I just wish I can turn back time and be able to do that.
Same, dude. Like, you know, me and Jazz was in the room doing our thing. So definitely the opportunity to travel and see the sights a little bit more, go to Australia. And I think my father, Kevin Copeland, who played the mayor, Adam Daniels. Nobody knows his real name. Adam Daniels. Maybox. Yeah, he was from you know, Sydney, Australia. So we didn't get a chance to, you know, link up with him in his hometown.
I wish that we had gotten to take some more pictures and videos. That was a very stickler rule that they had for us in our season.
Oh.
No more sibling Sadie Buddy, but I do wish that I do have a lot of memories saved, but it's definitely watching the new cast and kind of following along their journey. I definitely a little bit jealous of how many memories they got to take. So that's only one thing, but I don't think I'd say I have any like regrets about it. I just maybe wish that we could have taken a few more pictures of things.
I agree with Jackie. I think especially at the very beginning, we were really not allowed to have our phones on set. We had to leave them in our trailer, and then we like slowly started to just bring them, and then that's when we could like take more pictures and stuff. But yeah, looking back, I also wish that we just documented everything, like everything, just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm also really, really happy with my experience, and I wouldn't change anything, but maybe if we got to do even more like stunts and like fights. And we did get to do a lot, but that was always fun, and just getting to do that a little bit more, I think would have also been super fun.
No, for sure. Yeah, I do see the Dino Fury TikToks, like the TikToks and all the stuff, and I'm like,
oh man,
right? We have TikTok during our season.
True, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll have to notate that. Like, hey, like let TikTokers be. Let it happen because it's fun. You know,
we did go on live a lot.
That's true. We did utilize live. We were just more present in the moment of the whole experience.
Right. Yes. Well, except for Rorrie and Jazz, who decided to stay in the room and not go.
Wow.
Oh, I'm spicy too. Everybody else is spicy coming in here. I'm spicy too.
No, you guys, listen, it's Morphicon time. Get
So looking back at the 2 seasons, what is your favorite moment involving your character, and and they might be the same thing, but what was the most challenging moment to pull off?
Ooh.
We all know what I'm gonna say. My favorite is the musical episode. That was super special for my character, and also the most challenging for me, just because of one, doing the musical. I'm not a dancer, so all of that was new to me, and then also switching bodies with Steel was a huge challenge, and just learning like his physicality and being super big and theatrical was also a challenge. But because of those reasons, it was, the most fun and best experience for me.
Musical episode was dope. It was a good episode.
AB, you did your thing.
Go ahead.
That was so good.
Well, for me, my favorite or my most memorable moment would be Ingrid Iron Axe. That one's also everybody knows I'm gonna say that one. That one was really just awesome. We had a family friend of ours that had a Scottish accent, and I actually went over to their house and had him say my lines, and I would record it, and then on set I would be listening to him saying my lines so that I could get the accent down. So that was really a fun kind of challenge to have. Also, though, just like living out my dream of being able to just be a manly Viking. So but my most challenging, I guess that one would also kind of be my most challenging, because I had to learn that accent within like, I don't know, maybe like a week or so, which was very new to me, but definitely my favorite moment.
Now you can go, Jazz.
No, I'm going before Jazz.
I think for me, I think I've said in a lot of interviews. It's definitely the scene with me and my mom when I finally come out and say that I love to paint besides being a Power Ranger, and how it makes me happy. But I would say my funnest time on set was definitely the same episode, the Halloween episode, by doing the British accent, because I'm very fond of the accent and I've been trying to get better at it. So I remember the vocal coach, he came to mine in Rory's place, and he was trying to teach us, and we were kind of picking it up, but it was very hard. So being able to kind of sort of barely pull it off on camera, I think I was just having so much fun with it. And now I'm talking like this.
There it is. I was waiting. Like, how are you not going to do it now? Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we have to agree with Jackie and Jazz. Literally, the hardest episode for me was the Halloween episode as well. So yes, I had to also play a Viking like Jackie. I also had to go back into old European times with Sherlock Holmes with Jazz, and it was somebody else I had to do.
The doctor.
Oh yes, and we had to play the doctor, distinguished doctor. So yeah, literally I had to narrate that almost entire episode.
Oh yeah, you had
and legit, and like it was monologues, and I'm like trying to hold up this accent, which is like giving me anxiety because I'm trying to make sure we're nailing it, we're on this show. So yeah, that was one of the most challenging episodes. I remember literally one take, and I think it was with Jackie, or right after Jackie's take. I know I still had the fur coat on from the Viking scene. Literally, I broke out in sweats. I couldn't. You guys remember that? I could not get my line for whatever take that was, and I literally had almost an anxiety attack. Like, come on, bro. Like, come, you got it. You got this. You got this. And literally every time I said, "You got this," it was like, "You ain't got it."
You powered through. You nailed
Rory,
it.
you remember this last weekend when we were trying to do the British accent with the security guard?
Yes, straight up. Me and Jazz were doing a British accent for the security guards, and literally I was perfecting it right before that moment, and Jazz wasn't. And then all of a sudden it just flipped, and he nails it to where these ladies, they are fully on thinking Jazz is from where'd you say you're from? Essex.
I said I'm from London.
He was from Yeah, from London, like Essex, like dude, like how? So yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
My
That was so
the
much fun.
best episode for me was there was an iconic moment was working with Austin St. John for the crossover episode. And it's that moment where I had Nate's blasters in my hand and we're coming out the portal to help the other Rangers while they're fighting in the woods. Literally, that is the most iconic thing for me. And just to be working with, Austin, Jason, oh my goodness, just to be working with Austin in that moment was just like, I don't know, it was like nostalgia, and I'm trying not to fanboy, and it was a lot happening at the same time. So I think that was my favorite moment for sure.
Oh man, yeah. Also, cue all the fan edit Forever Red cuts now are like splicing in you guys, like working that in. Yeah, the YouTube community was like all about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen. By the way, speaking of that episode, that's a perfect segue. Speaking of that episode, there was a lot of hype for it. And of course you have Legendary Rangers. You also have like crossover stuff happening and a bunch of like Ranger lore mixed in, right? It was a big thing. But that's a lot to fit into smaller episodes, even if you pace them out. So did you guys film stuff that like didn't make the cut on that episode, or did most of that stuff that you guys filmed make it in?
I think everything that we shot made the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything that we shot made the cut.
Matthew, we were so good.
There was nothing in the editing.
Include it all.
Oh, you didn't know, Matt? We were a one take only.
Oh my god. The conviction that Rorrie said it with made me believe. It was so it was perfectly done. Perfectly done. There is such a, I don't know, there's just such a status and an aura that comes with like being a Power Ranger. Like it's only a few people can actually ever become one. Like I can put on the suit. I will never put on a suit, but I could put on a suit and like say I'm a Ranger.
I know you got a suit on the back, man.
That's not legit. I do, whatever. I've got one.
Yeah.
It's Paisley because there's no Paisley Rangers. So yes, I'm brand new to the franchise. Is there something with that kind of comes with being a part of the franchise, or even just something filming a season that like you guys will see something online and it's like, oh, it's really this way, and you're like, no, it's not. Like that's not legit. That's not real. Is there like some kind of misconception about just the whole process that you've seen and like that could not be further from the truth?
I think
there's a lot of them.
Misconception with people that haven't watched our season or just like really any season of Power Rangers. I think it's funny because everyone knows what Power Rangers is, but a lot of times people have asked me if I wear the helmet the entire time. And it's like, no, like the stunt doubles wear the helmet. We actually never wear the helmet. We're just, the actors. So yeah, I think that's a big misconception.
That's true.
A lot of people think that we're in the cartoon. It's not the cartoon. A lot of people come up to me and they're like, the cartoon? You're in a cartoon? I was like, no.
What cartoon? I got that too.
I'm so curious.
They really don't think know what Power Rangers is.
Yeah, going off what Jackie said, a lot of people think that I'm just a suit actor. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm a Power Ranger. I'm a Power Ranger Beast Morphers. They're all like, oh, like can we actually see you, or are you just in the suit the whole time? Yeah. I'm like, no, like it's it's like we morph into the suit, but like it's us. And they're like, oh, okay, like that's new. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's how it's always been. Like you capping.
I get this from kids. Kids really expect that we can do these backflips and these flips and these jumps. And I'm the guy, I'll attempt to do it too.
Oh,
I don't want to disappoint.
Does it always go well when you try? Be honest. Be honest. You're Red Ranger. You cannot lie.
The Ranger never reveals his secrets.
Dang it.
Yes.
Are you in the cartoon,
Our biggest secret is already revealed.
Yeah.
Jackie for the same.
Mejia is the person closest to being like a real Power Ranger.
Thank you.
Not you, Jazz.
Wait, say it again.
You just took credit.
And then Nakia is the closest person to like being a
True.
real
Oh yeah, like
So
straight
true.
up.
I would like to say Jasmine
When we
Baduwalia.
filmed with him, the crossover, he was doing some crazy stuff all the time. Like any second, if we were just at dinner, he would start climbing a pole or something. Like,
Cirque du Soleil.
yeah, he's a ninja.
Straight up. I think he did like push-ups or something, and I was like sitting on his back or something. Like dudes
Oh
are
yeah,
beasts.
remember he took turns and like did a handstand on all of us in like different.
Yeah, he did a
Mhm.
handstand on us.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
was freaked. I'm like, guy, dude,
Yeah.
I don't.
So let's take a look at the future of Beast Morphers. See, I did that well. Okay, well, I just shouted myself out doing it. Doesn't matter. I'm leaving it.
I know, right?
I'm leaving it. Did my little jig and I'm happy. So looking forward, if you guys, I mean, right now, of course, people love to see some of the past seasons come into future seasons and like Dino Fury's wrap. So like right now, we don't know what's coming down the pike. We have no idea what's next. But if you guys won, would you be up for coming back for like a reunion or
Most definitely.
is that thing? I didn't finish the question. He's
Right.
up for
I
it.
know.
So question. Here's the question. Would you, if you do come back for that, whatever that takes form, what do you want to see your characters accomplish or become in the time in between? Could like we see engagements? Could we see wedding bells? What do we want to see from your characters? What is your like perfect envisioning for what they become?
I think, I mean, I want it. I'm sure Jackie wants it. I'm sure other fans want it. But me and Zoe married?
Yeah, can we take a honeymoon to Hawaii?
That has to be
Straight
an
up.
episode, our wedding. Yeah. That's right.
And we would have to, our entrance would be like, we would have like our married dance would absolutely have to be from the musical. Like we would read, and I would be the one pouring the whipped cream into your mouth instead of it being you.
Oh, I like this.
And a callback, which is even better.
And a callback.
And a better. That's great.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, top that, Kaz and Rory.
Your turn, Rory.
Dude, God, what would happen to come back? I don't know. Like, okay, so I'm the commander, so just the challenges and tribulations that come with being that. Like, am I still the Red Ranger? That's a question. Am I still the Red Ranger commander, or am I commander and the Red Ranger? If so, can I be the Platinum Ranger? I just want to go ahead and say that to production. Can I be the Platinum Ranger?
Well done.
Yes.
Well done. Oh, yeah, and there's no rule, right, that says you can't be the commander and the Red Ranger?
There's no
No,
rule.
not at all.
There's no rule.
There's no
Yeah,
rule.
I mean, there might be a rule somewhere, but who cares? No one cares.
You gotta schedule your time, right? But yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Right.
I would say
Working in laundry.
I would say Robbie and Commander Shaw, ex-Commander Shaw, living out their life and painting and getting to know each other a little bit more, and Robbie exploring, even more painting and just moving on from Roxy because she was very toxic.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow.
Plot twist.
is that? I know. Ooh.
Roxy was very toxic to Robbie. Robbie needs
Like
to
poison,
move on.
like poison ivy.
Like poison.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Man,
The insider.
that girl is. I was gonna. Oh, I can't. Then I think we have to pay like a licensing thing, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
Cut that. We're not doing that. Leave it to Jazz with the spicy take. Also, the launch of like 10 fanfics just started from that. No, they split and go their separate ways, but then they come
Especially
back
at the
around.
bridge. The scene on the
I know.
bridge when Roxy-
If you watch Jazz's TikTok, then you will see exactly
Yes.
why he's saying
You will
that.
see what happened with Roxy. She ends up dating Devin.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that. Wonderful.
I think
But
I
red and blue make purple.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I
I've
love.
been
By
waiting
the
to
way,
use that.
all the color swatching here is amazing. It's top notch. There's so much of it. So
That
that's
tickled your fancy, Jazz?
What's that?
I said that tickled your fancy.
Yes. The new episode of Beast Morphers on my TikTok.
See, part 1 and 2.
Season 3.
Oh man. So what do you guys, now that you are legendary rangers now? Like you have you are part of the canon, you're part of the mythos. So what do you want to see from the franchise in the future? Like what does, Power Rangers look like to you? What do you want to see from them?
More games. I think that is a whole thing that they can definitely utilize. So they have the morphing grid, and they have Legacy Wars as well. Battle for the Grid, Battle for the Grid and Legacy Wars, but some even more story-based video games that would they can kind of expand on everybody's character a little bit more. Yeah.
I 100% agree with Rorrie.
I want to see my lightning figure.
Yes.
That part.
Sorry, Jackie.
I was
Stop
say
it.
That I think they need to do more girl action figures, more girl-female action figures.
Yeah.
I think there's so many.
Yeah. Come on now.
Watch out now.
It's crazy, yay.
Number one, Jazz, poo on you for shouting down her Lightning Collection figure. Everybody wants to see that. Everybody wants that figure.
Yes.
Complete the
you
set.
have a good custom made one.
Yeah. We'll get one in like.
I want her to have a bunch of different facial expressions. I want it to be like split her face out. So one is like, and then the other one's like.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
They can just screenshot this, just pause it, and just scan it, and start making
Straight up. Your next series, Jackie, straight up.
I'm on summer break. Call me whenever. My face is scannable at any time.
Do that one, yeah.
Also, I literally buy the 69 cents carrots that are this long, and I just chow down on them. Like I think I've just turned into Zoe more and more every day. So it should also come with a little carrot. Anyways, I got all the ideas. They should just really contact me.
No, it should totally come with a little carrot. It should also come. You would be the first Lightning Collection figure to have 3 extra portraits.
Jackie, literally, you should team up with a agriculturalist, a farmer, and you could legit do something with carrots. That can be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. I will be coming out with a carrot line.
On facts.
To those pop figures, those little bobbleheads.
Oh yeah.
I really want one of those.
That'd be cool.
Funko Pops.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. So because yes, I also want them because I am a Funko Pop addict. But do they come with the helmets or unmasked? Do you want your face?
My face.
I want my face.
Face with the option of a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just
face with an option of a
little,
helmet would be cool.
Go with the deluxe.
One of those Russian dolls. You can kind of just.
Yeah.
I want one that goes like.
The sound effects.
I know. One that goes.
You should just blur his box for this
I don't know
whole
where
thing.
to go from there.
Rorrie, what'd you say? You should go like what?
Yeah, one that goes ooey gooey. Go chicken chilo.
Can you say that? Is that something bad, Jazz?
No.
Siri just said,
Okay.
I don't know how to respond to that. You don't.
I thought that was the safest answer, is if I said that. So one of the things that of course makes, or I feel like some people feel that makes Power Rangers is having the Sentai footage, having that original footage and kind of making something with original stuff and working with that and just this big mishmash that, people have come to love, right? But there have also been talks of things of maybe doing all original footage. There's been talks of people want an animated series. Do you feel like having that, like you guys had, and like Dino Fury has had, and every season before, having that mishmash is kind of what makes the franchise stand out, or is it something else? Do you think it would be Power Rangers without that?
I think that's what honestly makes it special, just because it's not like our original story. It is, the Super Sentai, like they, started it. So us incorporating part of their footage, I think, is what makes it so special, especially for the fans who do watch the Super Sentai. I think that's kind of a cool thing to then watch ours and then see, I don't know, them incorporating it that way.
Of course, I agree.
I think it's cool to see. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think it's fun to, you know, also see in those, you know, the Japanese footage Sentai videos, you know, just cool to see those buildings that are definitely in Japan. It has, you know, it's Japanese writing in it. Like, I think it's pretty cool to see. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, now.
But I do think it'll be super cool if they came out with an original story.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think that it's definitely special to do it off the Super Sentai. But I think it'd be really interesting to see what they could do with it if they kind of just did original footage and didn't really have the sort of boundaries of having to make sure it all matches up and, you know, matching the amount of Rangers and such too. But I feel like they kind of tested the boundary with changing the Green Ranger to female this last season anyway. So they're kind of on their way a little bit.
Yeah, they're playing with stuff, you know, just kind of tweaking stuff here and there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and before you know it, it's going to be completely original, and everyone's going to have British accents, and everybody's
going
to be crazy.
Right, taking pictures, and it's really going to be about people in New Zealand, and then just occasionally they like put on Ranger costumes. Like that's the future of the show. It's going to be on Travis. So you guys are amazing. I love talking to you guys, but I know I got to let y'all go. So ending things on a very like sentimental note, you know, what would you like to say to the fans? Could be anything really, because I know not all of you have had the chance to really interact as much with the fans face to face, and this is kind of pseudo face to face. So, you know, if you could talk to fans or tell them anything, it could be anything. It's up to you. What would you like to say?
Say that all of this is because of them, and it is what it is and has been going on so strong for so many years because of the fans. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And it's also so special because they are such amazing, loyal fans. And we get to all reunite when we like do these signings and still get to see each other, like us as the cast, because of the fans, because we get together and, you know, do these events. And I think that's also a really special thing about this job, is having the opportunity to do these signings and conventions and everything for as many years as we want, and, you know, be able to reunite with the entire Ranger community and all the past Rangers. I think it's a super unique thing that you don't get with every acting job. So yeah, I think just the community. I think the community is everything, and I, you know, appreciate them for all of that and love them. And yeah, this is what it is because of all the fans.
I 100% agree with Abraham. Yeah, like Power Rangers wouldn't be Power Rangers without you guys. And yeah, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys and thank you for accepting us as the Beast Morphers cast and supporting us and still supporting us in our future endeavors. And yeah, just, I mean, Abraham basically covered everything, and, you know, you guys are it. Like, the fans are it. And just, you know, whenever we post on Instagram or we do whatever, they're so engaging. You know, the first ones to comment, so supportive, whether it's Power Rangers or not Power Rangers related. They're just, we love you guys.
Yeah, I wanted to say, yeah, same thing that Abraham said and Jazz, but also just, it's such a powerful and loving community, and just all of the fans. I mean, throughout this quarantine, like, I've done so many lives and so many random little fun videos just kind of on my own, just for my own personal enjoyment. And it's just been the awesomest time being able to share that same sort of humor with the whole fan base and everybody, no matter if it is Power Rangers or something else or a new project or kind of moving on from Power Rangers, they still bring so much love towards us, and they're so encouraging, and I look through all of my requests always for messages, and it's just, everybody is just trying to be the best version of themselves and be happy and all these things. And it's just so awesome to see a community be so supportive of each other and loving and uplifting in every aspect of life, even beyond just Power Rangers and our characters, which is just so special and so awesome, and means a lot to have that kind of a following that will always be there, since we'll always be Power Rangers and share that, which is cool.
Yes, and I'll say also thank you guys for the love and support that you have given us. Yeah, we hate that we couldn't see you guys all of 2020, but it's all good now. Hopefully we can see you at a convention in the future, and just remember to continue to spread love, like the love that you have given all of us throughout our journeys. And again, thanking you for accepting us like you have, and just continuing to spread that love, because Power Rangers isn't going anywhere. There are going to be next generations. I want my kids and your kids and grandchildren to see Power Rangers all the way up. So keep doing what you're doing. You guys are amazing.
And I think Power Rangers has the strongest community.
Yeah,
or what?
Without a doubt.
29 years now? Like, it's crazy. And
29.
we're going strong. And I think it has the most loyalists, more supporters ever, to be honest.
No, for sure. Also, I will say before we go that your team is my little 16-month-old's first Power Rangers team. She started watching your show. I had her, she would actually, when I would cover it in the mornings, she would be right there watching, and like all the colors and all the flips and all that stuff. And she would just like sit there with me. You guys are that first. And that's her first team. And she's going to be a Power Rangers kid all the way. She doesn't know it yet, but she's totally going to
What's her name?
Amber.
Matthew?
Amber.
Hey, Amber. From Power Rangers Beast Morphers team.
I'm going to play this for
Amber.
In like 6 years. Wow, really, with the British accent? I swear. What a wonderful sentimental moment. And then you had to do the British accent, which is actually quite good. It's quite good. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to all the fans watching this, and thank to the cast for an amazing season. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. And I will be here for comicbook.com. If you want to check out more Power Rangers stuff, feel free. Peace.
Let's go. It's morphin' time.
Red out.
Well.